Are you in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Move just a little
A
bit.
little bit?
Yeah, get yourself in.
You're in.
There you go. Look at that. Well, this has been a crazy morning.
Sure has.
Yo, handsome, where you at?
Israel, say hi.
So handsome.
You're so
Good
Say
job.
hi to
You
everybody.
waving?
Say hi. I was looking.
Good job.
You know what? I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, you know, when the Bible says that the little children come to me, and the heaven is made up of this kind of person. You know, unless you become like a little child, you shall not enter the kingdom of God. When you think about that, and you say, well, they don't even know they're sinners yet. Yeah, number one, there you go, right? And then number two, what they're totally dependent upon mom and dad. They don't have a care in the world but themselves. Here we are, we're talking about culture, we're talking about relationships, we're talking about having to face the future, and he doesn't have to worry about that. Do you, Israel?
Not at all.
His dependence is completely upon you, and so our salvation is completely dependent
Upon our salvation is upon him, upon Christ.
That's why we have to come like little children.
We bring nothing to the table when it comes to salvation.
No, we don't. You're right.
Only thing we bring
Absolutely.
is a weary soul.
You guys match.
Are you on yet?
My Lord.
Are you on yet?
I'm
I'm waiting for you to kick in, Mark.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What am I kicking?
No,
Welcome
this.
to Hijack Life Live.
Yeah.
This is not time.
No. So anyway, so we have a full agenda today, so we won't ask how our week went. We're just
Yeah.
going to.
Because we really don't care. Let's go.
All right, welcome everybody. Yes,
Welcome to Hijack Life Live, where we believe that God rescues the dreams that have been shattered by the cruelties and injustices of life and this terrible cold weather, aka we are the other views.
Yeah. How about 8 inches of snow in New Orleans?
Oh, that's
With
wild.
no snow clouds, no salt, no gravel, no nothing.
They have no
Because they
idea.
never
And
get
Tampa,
snow.
right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in that area.
Pensacola.
Pensacola.
And
Yeah.
Texas.
We
And
have
Texas.
8 wells on the property, and every one of them is free. And we have 100 animals that need water.
Yeah, climate change.
Brutal.
Well, what's our topic today, PB?
Oh.
Tell me what's going on.
Okay. Well, Donald John Trump officially became the President of the United States on Monday, January 20th, 2025. So I thought we'd talk about what the next 4 years could look like. Now, yesterday I was at Heritage's, and I looked at the newspaper on the newsstand. Can you believe a newspaper that's about 5 pages, $2.50. $2.75, USA Today. But anyway, these were the headlines. Americans approve of Trump's first day. Today is day 3, so let's talk about it, guys. So, Samaj, let's look at what President Trump did on day 1.
Well, Trump said he's going to make America great again. God saved my life to save America. Number
No,
one.
wait, do you believe that?
I mean, if that's what he says his experience is, then I'll take it as true. You know?
What about you?
I believe it.
How about you, Gian?
Keep another question, answer again.
Sorry.
I know, we're like
You
a white.
remember Trump said, God saved my life so I could save
Oh,
America.
yes.
You believe that's true?
I sure do.
All right.
Somebody put a thumbs down. Did you guys see
Hey,
it?
that's the beauty of America. You're allowed to have your own opinion.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
okay.
what this
That's
is about.
awesome.
We want your thoughts.
We're just
your thoughts.
sharing what happened. We're not sharing any.
Whoever that is, I love you just for being honest
Yeah.
on how you feel.
All right,
Yeah.
keep reading.
So it says number one. It says on day 1, close the southern border and enforce closure with federal troops.
We'll come back to all these.
Yep. Number 2 was on day 1, employ ICE to deport illegal immigrants with a criminal record. Day 3 on day 1, end the woke agenda and DEI. There are only 2 genders, male and female. Number 4 is on day 1, pardon the people in prison for their involvement on January 6th. And number 5 was on day 1, drill baby drill, remove 2030 mandates.
You gotta say it like he said it.
Drill baby drill, remove 2030 mandates on car manufacturers. And make America the number 1 energy producer in the world. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs.
All right, so let's look at these. Your thoughts on closing the border. Did he do that?
He started to, sure did.
What do you think, Gianna?
She's not paying attention again.
Say, I'm trying to figure this out.
Okay.
Jeff. I'm
I couldn't
sorry.
get mine up in it. Well, anyway, what are your thoughts on closing the border? You agree with it?
Wait, why do I have to share if I agree with
Well,
it?
just yes or
I don't know.
no.
Rose said.
What is the border?
I think we need to focus on several areas in this country that we have going on here. So, and closing the border is something that I think is going to benefit this country.
All right.
Cheerleader.
So, and now viewers, this is, you're joining us. Your thoughts on the next 4 years. Martin, what do you think about closing the border?
Look, I can't go to Egypt without a passport and run through hoops. I can't visit Israel. I can't go to the Bahamas. You couldn't come marry us and all this stuff unless you have the right paperwork. Why should we be any different than any other country?
Yeah, it's not even just about like national security. It's also about the economy as well. I mean, we've seen the economy suffer.
I mean, you can't even travel within our own country.
What about diseases? Here we were wearing all these masks because of COVID, and we had to be vetted, and we couldn't do this, we couldn't do that. These people are walking right across
But
the
you
border
can't
and
get on a
everything they want.
plane and fly to Florida without ID. But
Right.
you can cross countries? I don't get it.
Yeah, and then they wanted them to be able to vote without ID. Anyway.
When we went to Guatemala on our mission trip, I mean, I got flagged. Like they flagged me in Guatemala. Like I was not allowed to go to Guatemala, a third world country, without my passport. I couldn't just walk in.
Nobody can.
Right. No, and you know what? It's not fair at all. I look at Joanna, you know, my nephew's wife from Poland. You know how long it took her to get her citizenship?
Let me tell you, the workers on our building, a lot of them are trying to get their citizenship or their green card. I had to write letters to so many judges because I met them for 9 months,
Yeah.
a year, and I could testify to their character. And almost every one of them got it.
And these people were filling out an app, and walking across the United States border, getting a phone,
And getting paid more than the fire victims in California. I'm
Yeah.
for the border being
Okay.
addressed.
All right. So Mark Samaj also said on day one, he said he was going to employ ICE to deport illegal immigrants with a criminal record. Do you agree with that? Illegal immigrants with a criminal record. You think they should be deported?
I sure do. Did you see what happened to that girl that was on her morning run that was brutally murdered by that illegal
Yeah.
that was already in and out of jail? Came from New York to, I think,
In
Georgia
New York,
was.
New York has whatever it's called when they let him go. They arrested him, let him go, and at
He
Lincoln
made his
Riley.
way
Yeah.
to Georgia.
And then he, it's
Yeah,
like-
well, finally, you know that passed. Passed the Congress and it passed the Senate. So there were actually 56 Democrats that voted in favor. I would hope so. They should have all voted in
and
favor
that
of the
should
bill.
have never have happened.
Yeah, right. Well, here's the other thing. So we have a man in our church that works for ICE. So for the last 4 years, he's done nothing. We paid him to, in a sense, do nothing. And today he was on the cover of the New York
I
Times.
saw it.
Yeah, the 380 criminals they arrested yesterday in New York City.
Well,
But you go through a stoplight and they give you a ticket. You have to go to court. But these guys are all running loose. Is
I
that a
cut
crazy
trees
world?
down. I cut trees down on my own property, and I got to go to court. Come on.
All right. So what about this woke agenda, this DEI thing, where Trump says there are only 2 agendas? What do you think? Do we have any viewers
You
commenting
mean
on
2
this?
genders?
2 genders, yeah. No, yeah.
As a youth, I'll start
No,
off.
no, no,
and
get
I'll-
that girl. I'm sorry.
You can have the food, but not the cap, Samaj.
I'm sorry.
You can hang around babies.
Wait.
Ah! Yeah,
It did not get off.
Oh, come on. What you doing? Are you wanting attention? Are you wanting attention?
I could give you some.
I love it when you smile. All right,
Good guy.
let's
So-
go to you for a second.
Well, I mean, hey there. I mean, definitely.
Oh, thank you so much.
I mean, definitely, I truly believe there's only male and female. Now, listen, if somebody wants to identify as something else, that's on their own between them and God and their family. But there is only male and female in animals, in humans. God created man and he created woman.
And guess what? And the plumbing tells you that.
Correct.
But looking at it this way as well, like as a youth pastor, like I'm here for the children. when you see these agendas deliberately
Right?
grooming children,
How you doing?
like it's black and clear, black and white and clear as day. They're grooming children. I feel like this is
They're allowing us to mutilate children.
Mutilate children.
Reach adults and have to live with that.
And to me, I feel like there should be no compromise on that. There should be no argument with that. These are children we're talking about. I'm here for the children.
I feel bad for the ones that went through the surgeries and now want to reverse it. And you know, a lot of them are suicidal. I just think you can't even get your ears pierced without your parents' consent at 13 years old, but you can. Yeah.
No, I agree. And well, let's talk about DEI for a moment. Okay. So, does everybody know what DEI stands for?
What's the diversity, inclusion, inclusiveness, equality, inclusiveness, right?
Yeah, but what's
Diversity,
the
equality, inclusiveness.
inclusiveness? Yeah, it could be. But whatever the case. So what Trump has said is just look at this past cabinet.
Right.
People were appointed to office in the cabinet because they met certain gender qualifications, but they were totally unqualified for the job. Now, I'm sure you, being of color, are going to have people say to you, do you know what they just did to us? So what's your argument? Because you wouldn't agree with DEI.
When I watched, especially the Matt Walsh documentary, Am I a Racist, it made me realize how hypocritical DEI
Thank
is.
you. Are you making my
You know what I mean?
Explain that.
Well, like for example, like there's so many people that are in positions and they're underqualified and they're in positions just because of who they are. I mean, like it's just like if you have a physician, I mean, like I think it's great that we have physicians of color. There's nothing wrong. That's awesome. That's phenomenal. If I have a kid, my kid says, "Hey, I want to be a doctor," I'm going to support that 100%. You know, they tell me they want to be a rapper or an athlete, I'm going to be kind of like, well, that's everybody else. You know, but at the end of the day, it's like, how would you feel if your physician was just hired knowing that they were of color and they have a bad medical history of, you know, their practice, but this guy that had a great medical history of their practice didn't get hired just because of his race.
Well, here's the other thing. I was just thinking about this because, first of all, if I was a person of color, that would be an insult to me.
That's a morbid thing.
I got this job because I'm a person of color.
Just because I'm black?
And there's another way to look at it. What would you happen if you owned a football team? And that guy says to you, you have to hire a percentage of white and black. Says to the owner of the team, you know, I'm sorry, but you don't have enough white players on the team, on that football team. So you got to hire white players, whether they're qualified, good or not.
Yeah, that's terrible.
You think that would work? That owner would say, forget it, I'll lose money. You hire somebody because no matter what color they are, brown, red, black, white,
You hire them because they're good.
they're good at what
They're
they
good
do.
at what they do.
And that's culture. And to do it any other way, we do our culture a disservice.
And there's so many people saying that, well, it's gonna it's gonna limit how many black people get hired. And I said, we're not living in the
Not
20s anymore.
qualified. Martin Luther King said, don't judge my kids by their color, judge them by their merit, their education, and by their character. That's what Martin Luther King said.
Right.
So if you say you have to hire so many whites, so many blacks, you're just being racist.
I'm hiring someone because they're black.
You are burying everything Martin Luther King fought for.
Exactly. But then I also think, PB, like okay, like so they say like I have to fight harder because I'm a black male in this country. And in certain cases, yeah, I do. Martin has had to fight harder as an Egyptian man in this country. Yeah, okay.
And Italians had to fight harder because they were Italians.
Because they're Italians, and that's fair. Like no one's disregarding that. But what I'm trying to figure out is, we're not living in the 20s anymore.
I don't believe it was created with ill intent. It wasn't created so somebody of a certain race was forced to get a job they weren't qualified for. But anything with good intention always has loopholes.
And what I was trying to explain is now it's gotten so radical. We have to get done with it now. Look who's running our schools. Look who's running our systems just because they got hired because of them. Yeah. They got hired just because they're who they are.
Look who ran the last administration. None of them had any skills or talent to have that job.
Oh, they were the worst.
I've gotten to where I am and I think I can say this, I'm talking to an
Yeah.
old employer of mine, I've gotten to where I am not because I'm black, but because of the work that I put in.
Right. No, you were hired by me because I felt, number one, you had a call on your life, and number two, you could do the job.
Right.
Because if I didn't think you were going to do the job, I don't care what color you were. You weren't
Right.
going to get it.
If a Chinese kid, if I was a Chinese kid, it'd be no different.
Right. If somebody said to me, well, you got to have a Chinese person on your staff, I would say, listen, if there's somebody who comes to this church
Find me someone qualified.
and loves this church and is qualified for the job, I don't care what color they are.
And you see how there's no race.
We are neither black nor white, red, yellow, whatever other colors there are in Christ. And we're neither male nor female when it comes to the job.
Exactly.
By the way.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. We better move on. So what about pardoning these people that were in prison? What do you think about that?
I'm torn on it, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Somebody beats up a cop in New York City, beats up an old lady, steals everything they can grab in a trash bag in a store, and they want you out on the street in 6 months. That's not fair. If you're going to lock somebody up for 18 years, do I think what they did at the...
Wait, no, they've all been in there for 4 years.
No, I understand
Yeah,
that, but they could have been in for a lot longer.
Yeah,
That's
right.
my point. Some of them are 18, 22 years. Do I think what they did was right, some of them? Absolutely not. That cop shouldn't have been shoved in the door screaming help,
Yeah.
shouldn't have been breaking windows. I
Right.
get it. But you got what's good for one is good for the other. You can't go to New York or Chicago or LA, set cars on fire, beat up senior citizens,
Destroy their business.
destroy their businesses,
And walk away with
and
nothing.
also attack police officers
Yes.
and be out on the streets in 6 months. If it's good for them, then these people should get out as well.
Yeah.
It's got to be fair on both
But you
ends.
know what? And everybody has a story, just like, and you know that.
Right.
We used to make a joke. Sorry, all you police in Pittman. If you were a young girl, if somebody was pulled over, we would joke that it's either a young girl or somebody that's black.
That was Pittman for sure.
You know, that was Pittman. You're not getting through Pittman if you're a young girl. The police want to look at you. And if you're black,
they want to
you're not-
harass you.
Yeah, they want to harass you.
Yep.
And so I'm aware of that. But you know what was interesting? I think every case, that one guy that they put in and gave him 18 years, he said, I watched a cop punching this girl in the face over and over again. That's why I attacked the cop. So
Wow,
what I'm
there's that
saying
story.
is every situation has a story.
Yep.
Someone did.
But
You know?
even still,
And then
like,
nobody complained about
Biden's pardon.
Biden's pardon.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my
Like-
gracious.
I
And
just
preemptive pardon.
that's what got me.
Pardon your family just
the
in case.
in the middle
Not
of the
10 years
inauguration,
ago.
right before you got your president for 10 more minutes, you real quick pardon everybody in your family in case what? They come after you for money
And they have to
laundering?
be back to like 10 years or something.
Because they didn't get all this money from being the president of the United States, I can tell you that.
I'll just put it to you this way, and this is
Crooked
not.
and illegal.
This is
That's
not.
my
This is not for parties. This is just morals. No one is going to take that kind of pardon if they're already innocent.
Correct. So now here's there's been facts in history where someone was pardoned and said, I don't want it because I don't need it, I didn't do anything wrong, I don't want a pardon. So if his family wasn't involved in illegal crooking, good lord, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Illegal doings, crooked businesses, money laundering, deals with China. If you weren't afraid anything that was going to come up, I'd take the high road and say, I don't want your pardon.
Well, first of all, how do you pardon somebody for something they haven't done?
Or not even accused of anything.
Yeah. What is that? That tells me they're guilty.
Right.
Sorry.
Yup.
All right, next one. On day one, he said, drill, baby, drill. Remove 20, 30 mandates on car manufacturers and make America the #1 energy producer in the world. What do you think?
Listen, whatever we got to do to make our country better, if that's to make our country better, I'm going to say
Here's what I think. I think that there were only 2 whales killed up in New York in the waters over the last couple years. They put those big, gigantic turbines in, 26 whales are dead.
Wow.
People are complaining down in the shore that the dolphins are dying. Every action has a reaction.
Well, wait, those windmills drive all the crawling fish that are eaten away. The noise. So they go out to sea, and everybody that's close to sea has nothing to feed.
And my point is,
Yeah.
I don't believe they said, let's put these windmill generators so that we can kill whales. But every action has a reaction. They didn't do enough study on it. And I do not think we should be buying oil from Saudi Arabia. It's winter time. It just jacked the prices of a gallon of crude oil, $50 a gallon
Yeah, they just did it,
2
yeah.
days ago. if we have our own oil and can be self-sufficient and not make Saudi Arabia and Venezuela and all these other countries that are not really our allies, why not be self-sufficient? And all the people that went out, when Biden shut down the pipeline, how many thousand people lost their job that day?
Yeah.
Like 6,000 or 10,000 people
Right.
lost their
And look at
job.
the money manufacturers had to put in electrical cars.
Which the batteries are now causing problems in LA as the cars are burning. And reaction has reaction. I'm just saying, if you can give Americans jobs again for American-made cars and give our own oil to get gas prices down, even gas on our house is going up through the roof. It's crazy.
No.
So I'm for drill, baby, drill.
Yeah. Well, I am too. And I think we should be energy sufficient.
And we have our own resources here.
That's this point.
We have our own
If
resources.
Trump is correct, and I think he is, he said we could produce more oil than any other country
And sell it
in
to
the
other
world.
countries.
Sell it to other countries.
I mean, I don't know if he's right or not, but I hope he's right.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hurt in trying. It doesn't hurt in trying.
But we can be self-sufficient, independent.
Yeah, he's clapping.
We don't need to be dependent upon everybody else. You know? Anyway, I agree completely, and I think it's going to create numerous jobs. I think it's going to take pressure off of everyone. You know, here you can't have a gas stove in New York City.
You can't?
No,
I didn't know that.
they had banned it.
Oh.
They banned ceiling fans in some of the states.
Anyway, so we've already reflected on those. Let's look at a few more. So Martina, let's read. What's on day one?
On day one, undo all of Biden's strokes of the pen that negated Trump's executive orders and reinstate them. On day one, save TikTok. This is a joke, by the way. Until he can work out the deal with Ching Chung, CEO of TikTok, where China does not own 100% of the company. Day one, no men in women's sports. Thank God. On day one, military men and women who were removed from the military without pay for refusing the COVID shot were invited to return to the military with back pay. Bravo. Congrats to our armed forces. Withdraw from the NATO agreement.
Hallelujah on that.
Crooked and illegal is Washington Township NATO.
We're paying all the money and they're
Yeah.
riding on our
Brutal.
coattails.
Bring home the hostages held by Hamas. Hallelujah, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
All right, let's take them one at a time. What do you think, Gianno, on day one, undo Biden's strokes of the pen that negated everything, all his executive orders?
Yeah, I mean, we could have assumed that would have happened right away. So yeah.
We would. On day one, save TikTok. What do you think? Your kids live on it.
I mean, people don't understand. I know this sounds insane, but like it saved a lot of unnecessary drama and nonsense.
What,
It really
having
did.
TikTok?
Yes, it did. I mean,
Save drama?
It saved a lot.
it saved a lot of unnecessary drama, unnecessary nonsense. It saved people's jobs, and it just saved
How did it save drama?
with just the new generation being so attached to
Oh,
it.
you mean not stopping it? I thought you were saying TikTok stopped drama. How did TikTok stop drama?
Oh, with saving it,
Saving
it
it,
stopped.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
I
because so
understand. I
many.
agree.
I mean, and I know this sounds bad, but so many young people thrive on that, and I know we shouldn't be so consumed by screens, but it is a bit of a what's it called when like people have like a happy place or a.
Like a safe space.
It's a bit of a safe. Yeah, it's a safe space for some
But the
people.
argument is,
That China can
the
have all
argument
that.
is it's not a safe
Because
place.
China can have
But
all
here's what
that.
I'm thinking. This doesn't make sense to me. If TikTok can get that data, so can Apple.
That's what I'm saying. Like everybody has
So
the
can
data.
Google get it.
But
So
why-
can the United
This
States
is why
government get it.
I think the whole TikTok thing
The
is...
whole idea is the U.S. doesn't control it.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
what
they
it is.
want it. I think it's a joke. I think they all hated Trump, and then they shut down TikTok for 8 hours,
And he
made
said
big drama,
TikTok.
and then tell everybody on your screen, thanks to President Trump, we feel that we will have a resolution or something. Everybody got it. Everybody in the
right.
world got it. So I just think it was some weird political ploy. I waste your energy on something else. That's what I think.
I'm just thinking,
But
listen.
there's
Yeah,
a
go
lot of those influencers on TikTok making their money through TikTok, which kudos to you. But you all bash Trump, and then he saved the day. So you better give him the recognition he deserves for saving your job.
And that's something that's really
True.
interesting.
There you go, Mama.
That is true.
Yeah, right. He saved their job. And guess what?
Yeah.
The kids are all going to vote for him. So no men in women's sports.
Absolutely, and no women and men, because I don't want to see are we talking biological?
Yeah.
Or just real, just
No,
really
biological.
Okay, yeah. I don't think it's fair to expect a woman to be a man. Men
They
are,
won't.
it's just not fair. I mean, some cases they may, but I don't think it's fair.
On the whole.
I hate when I see biological men beating up biological women because of this transgender thing. If you're going to be transgender, you should have a team for transgender people so they can be on the same team, equal, all across the board. I don't know, but it's not fair to put men and women in that situation.
Your thoughts?
So
Do we have any thoughts from our viewers? Or are they just watching?
God created male and female. He makes no mistakes.
Well, I agree with that. But
as a swimmer, my parents spent because non-contact sports are very expensive. My parents spent thousands of dollars for me to be a swimmer, and I look at the parents that have daughters, and it's way more expensive for a woman to be a swimmer. You got suits, you got your hair, so many more things to deal with. And like to think, like you spend thousands of dollars and your daughter's the top in the country because of the training that you paid for, and then a biological male joins the team
And knocks your record out of the water.
Because in swimming, it's not about you getting first all the time. It's about your time.
yeah,
It's about your times. Your
It's
time
just not
is what-
fair. It's
You know
just
what?
common sense.
it is just it's common sense, really. I mean, even Serena Williams, who was probably one of the best women tennis players in history,
Yep.
right? She said, if I played a man in the top 10, I wouldn't stand a chance.
And let me tell you,
And
she's
she was
a
number
beast.
one.
and I've been around her.
She's a beast.
I would, if she would beat me to a pulp. She's a solid walking muscle. That
Yeah.
woman.
But she knew.
Yeah.
And it's just common sense. And I'm sorry, men, that's like, put together a woman's, you know how to prove it? Put together a woman's football team and let professional men play professional women. And what would you have? Slaughter.
Okay, I'll give you a perfect example, PB. When I was vice president at Dell State, there was a basketball court, and the girls were playing basketball, and the guys wanted to play. And the girls were like, we're already on the court. We're not getting off the court. So the guys said, well, can we play with you? And they started to play with the girls. The guys forget that they're playing with girls. They were playing like street ball with these girls. They ended up knocking a girl's jaw out of place.
It's disgusting.
It is not only normal,
And that was by
it's
accident.
common sense. Okay, military men and women who were removed from the military without pay for refusing the COVID-19 shot were invited to return to the military with a back pay. I'm with it 100%.
Me too. I support our military wholeheartedly. They're the real heartbeat of our country. And to punish them because they didn't want the COVID shot.
There's people that have long-term illnesses because of the COVID shot.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
I just,
Absolutely.
you want to talk about my body, my choice? It should be all across the board.
Yeah. No, you're right. And, think what they did to Djokovic. What you don't pronounce the J. Djokovic. Remember, he went to Argentina. He didn't have the shot. Or where's the Australian Open? He went to Australia, didn't have the shot. They put him in quarantine for 14 days, and then sent him home. Now he's 38 years old. He just played the number 2 tennis player in the world, Alcaraz. And he won 4 out of the. I mean, he won big time. They said it was one of the best matches I've ever seen him play. In my heart, I kind of would like to see him win this Grand Slam for no other reason than they screwed him over. But I don't know at 38 if he's going to beat the Italian kid Sinner, who's like ace. Anyway,
I'm happy for
what
the
about the
country.
withdrawal from NATO?
Good.
Yeah.
About time somebody puts our foot down and stops letting us get taken advantage of. We're paying the bill for all these other countries that won't pay.
Yeah.
Don't forget it.
And hostages came home.
Thank God.
And it was because of his input.
Keep
Okay,
it coming home.
Gianna, you're up, honey.
Okay.
How other things Trump promised to do?
Lower taxes, make America the crypto capital of the world, solicit funds for the infrastructure of AI, impose tariffs on countries where the trade exchange is out of balance. Example, Mexico, Canada, and China. Trump said, we will begin charging those that make money off of us with trade, and they will start paying, finally, their fair share, he wrote on social
Hold on a
media.
second. What about the people that are saying that tariff's going to get passed on to us as consumers?
I don't think it will. Did last time.
They just made less.
They didn't. But it all balances out. So you put tariff on that, guess what? If China says, well, I'm not going to let you put 25% on, fine. We'll get our goods from Indonesia or India or somewhere else. I mean, just give it time. You got to give it time. But I think they'll work.
And the war in Ukraine.
Yes.
And the war in the Middle East.
Yes.
DOG, Department of Government Efficiency, cutting $2 trillion.
All right. So what do you think?
I think let's wait and see what happens and give the guy a chance.
Yeah. Any viewers have any
Just
thoughts?
give the guy a chance, man. It's new leadership, and this is at the end of the day, someone's always going to get ticked off.
Yes.
Just give the guy a chance. I think the AI thing is really important, though. I mean, I saw this challenge on Facebook, and it said go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to like, you know, tell me about yourself. It's quite scary, though.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I had to write a medical-based email because we're in the middle of changes in legislation for cancer patients, helping them with some things. And I had to be detailed. So I went to ChatGPT and I said, write an email explaining these statistics and why it's important that legislation be changed and make it as professional as possible. It made a 2-page letter that I later made 2 tiny changes. I read it there. She goes, who the hell wrote that?
Yeah, AI. Do you know they had the guy, I don't know if you saw, but he had 3 people, that little Chinese guy, and there's 2 others that are investing in this. You know, that guy that put $100 billion in, and Trump wants them to put $200 billion in.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
they think they've raised $500 billion. Well, this one guy, you can tell he was like on another planet. My wife says, man, he doesn't live in our world. But he said there is a gene that AI can detect in an infant that tells you that child is prone to cancer, and you can trace it and catch it. before
From
it's
AI.
ever- From AI. And he was just talking about why we should invest in this, because he said this is a compilation of intelligence for thousands of years,
I'll never understand.
all put into one mind.
I'll never understand.
It's like a God mind.
BB, listen to this.
Yeah.
I went to ChatGPT. I said, tell me everything you know about Samaj Hazard, right? This is the first paragraph. It says, this is terrifying. It says, Samaj Hazard is a youth pastor and event MC based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He served as the youth director.
They
at
got
Gloucester
that off of
County-
TikTok, by the way.
It says, he served as the youth director at Gloucester County Community Church and is known for his engaging and energetic presence at various
Ask
events.
what Pastor Joseph Bruce
No, ask Martino.
Wait,
Go on.
Yeah, let me hear it.
I'm gonna say, tell me everything you know about Martino Cartier, and
boy.
tell me everything you know about Joseph Bruce Sophia.
I'm dying to hear this. This is gonna be comical.
This is gonna be great.
Scared.
Martino Cartier is a renowned celebrity stylist and salon owner and philanthropist based in Swing, New Jersey. He owns the Martino Cartier Salon, which gained significant popularity after being featured on Bravo TV, attracting millions of fans.
In seconds.
This is crazy.
All right, hold on. I'm going to skip down to PB because we're on the sake of time. Joseph Bruce Sophia is a senior pastor of Gloucester County Community Church, a vibrant congregation known for its commitment to providing support and resources to its members in their spiritual journeys. Under his leadership, the church has become a cornerstone of the community, offering various programs and services to meet diverse needs of its attendees.
This is insane.
In addition to his duties, Pastor Sophia is an accomplished author. His works are available on platforms like Amazon, where readers can explore his
Jesus help, if I had to get big.
personal growth and navigating life challenges. He also shares messages of hope and healing through social media platforms, including Facebook, where he offers insight into rescuing dreams and understanding God's plans for
This is
individuals.
insanity.
That's crazy. How did you get that? I gotta tell my wife.
On a personal note, Pastor Sophia celebrated his 48th wedding anniversary, expressing deep admiration and love for his wife, whom he described as the most beautiful girl I have ever seen in my life.
Oh, are you serious?
The
What was
glimpse
the
into his
question?
personal life highlights his dedication not only to his faith and community, but also to his family.
Whoa, you would think I was God when you read that.
Hold on, wait a minute. Martin's personal journey is both inspiring and heartfelt. Born on July 27, 1975 in Jersey City, New Jersey, he was placed in foster care immediately after birth. At 6 months old, he was adopted by a loving Irish family named Martin C.
Wait,
McGuire
he got all that
Jr.
himself.
Later in life, reflecting his heritage, he later changed his name to Martino Ayad Cartier. Cartier.
That
This is
is
crazy.
insane. So what was the question?
I said, tell me everything you know about Martino Cartier and Joseph Bruce Sophia, yo.
So it has to pull through social media.
That's
It pulls
no,
through
that's what I'm
everything.
saying.
It pulls through
He
everything.
founded Wigs and Wishes, a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing wigs and granting wishes to individuals battling cancer.
You should.
Where
you
does it
should
say
put
you
that out and
married
put
a
it on
what?
your wall.
Where does it say you
Yeah,
married a
I bet it does.
Wait, hold on.
Who's
Let's
this
get
like
there.
this?
It says demonstrating resilience during challenging times. The organization expanded its services during the COVID-19 pandemic to meet the growing needs of those affected. Additionally, Martino launched Zoohoo, a rescue petting zoo designed to bring joy to children with cancer and other disabilities, offering its services entirely free of charge.
That is
Wow.
insanity.
Where does it
So-
say me?
We're gonna do, so anyway, let's go. So this, just your final thought on what we've talked about today, because I have a final thought. It's
I mean,
it's
my
the paradox of Christianity. But go ahead.
My final thought is that I loved what Jerry Falwell's son said. When he said, President, I'm sure you've seen some dark days over the last 4 years, but look what God Almighty has done today. I just have a good feeling that in the end, it'll be for the better of humanity and for God.
Yeah,
And
I
figure-
agree. How about you? Hi, you. Hi, you're so cute. Look at you. You're so
I
cute.
think that what we said earlier, we have to, he's been in office a few days, not even. Let's just give him a chance to show and prove what he said he's going to do and what's going to be to make America better, safer, more efficient, stronger.
Yeah, the country, nation, right?
Yeah.
Mine was God's part in this whole election. I thought about how in 2016 and 2020, the tech and social media giants were his enemy.
They hated him.
And now they're all in his camp. From Elon Musk to Jeff Bezos, to Mark Zuckerberg to Tim Cook. Now their agenda, they could all have agenda, which they probably do.
Of course they
But it
do.
took them 4 years to realize that the woke agenda was killing them. Right? Microsoft's Bill Gates who opposed him. I thought that's the paradox of Christianity. It's like, he who is against me, no, if God is for me, who
You
can
shall
be
be
against
against
me?
me.
And I really think that God spared his life because he heard the prayers of Americans that were saying, Lord, we can't continue to be run by this demonic agenda.
Rich Hartline prayed.
It was a demonic agenda.
Rich Hartline prayed like 4 hours a day, every day for this election.
Really? I mean, really, you think about that whole agenda was demonic.
Of course it was.
From really applauding criminals, applauding perversion. His wife took a transgendered man and made him the female of the year.
Yeah.
That's
That's a slap in the
wicked.
face to every female born of woman that's made an impact on society.
It's just wicked. It's so anti-Christ. I'm sorry, it's just anti-Christ. And I'm not saying that Trump's more righteous than other people, although I did argue a point. Somebody said, well, he's not more righteous. I said, listen, I can't judge the man. I don't think he's born again, but that's my opinion. But this I do know, he's the only president ever went to a pro-life rally. Only one, right? He's the only one that had the guts to move the embassy to Jerusalem. He's the only one who said, we're going to say Merry Christmas. He's the only one who said, listen, we're going to salute the flag. We're going to say in God we trust.
And if you don't think those things make God happy, then I don't know
I
what
would.
would. So, on that
Well,
note, remember to share, like, and if you'd like a copy of today's transcript, you can just send PB a message. He'll make sure he gets it out to you. If there's something you'd like us to talk about here on Hijack Life Live, aka The Other View, you can also message him or put it in the comments. This weekend, what's happening at the Gloucester County Community?
Well, I texted Blake late last night when I was assigning our parts to this. And I said, so what's the sermon? He said, it's breakfast with Jesus.
I like that.
Yeah, I think we should serve breakfast free to everybody who comes through the door. Don't you? Give a sandwich?
Bacon
I'm going
and
to make
eggs.
that suggestion.
Now that I'm not serving there and I'm just participating, I love that idea.
Me too.
Hey,
Come on.
we have 3 T-shirts that we
Yeah,
have here
come
at
on, order
Hijack
this,
Life
guys.
Live. One says on the front, live for Jesus, and on the back it says, even a bad day will be a good day. The other one says, why are you telling me this? And on the back it says, stop gossip. The other one, which is my all-time favorite, if I had enough, I'd wear it every day. The front says "Make life count," and the back says "Stop bitching, start blessing."
So Martin
right
Stoney
in the
wants
face.
another color. I'll get you a red one.
Oh, I don't know.
And a white one.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Live for Jesus, and even a bad day
will be a good day.
Will be a bad day?
I'm as bad as the mayor of Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's no Nichols.
Have a good day.
Bye, everybody.
Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, so you got to figure out the dogs. They probably want to move.